Hey everyone, Craft Fireman here. We're going to be looking at the Remington Cyclone. It's a high velocity 36 grain lead hollow point. Uh, the glove, little PSA right up front. This is handling 225, well actually a couple more. There's about 231 in this box, but some type of graphite on these. It is different than the previous Cyclone. This box has a bonus in it. They were nice enough to include this mangled piece for round number 231. When we head out to range, we're going to make a comparison. The 5 in front are the old Cyclone. Notice they have a dull matte finish and more of a waxy feel. The new bulk pack Cyclone have a gloss. It's like a graphite, rubs off pretty easily, so we'll see if that makes a difference. We'll get these out to the range and see how it goes. All right, after a little warm up here, we're going to do the old school Cyclone. See how this works. Let's just cut the crap. Who was I kidding? 25 degrees and my hands weren't feeling it. I'll spare you the shooting details. The proof's on the paper and it sucked. The first two groups were the best shot, although they were both high, 1.54 and 1.79. After playing around with the scope, with the best group being 1.81 and everything else, quite honestly, sucking shit through a straw. Overall, a 2.26 group average. It's 4.33 MOA. Let's just put this one in the trash can and call it good. I followed this target with some of the new box Remington Cyclone. I saved it for a better day to give it a fair chance. All right, we're going to take 5 cider shots on the orange target. .1227. Oh, that last one was high. The other one's grouped in half-inch pattern. That one is 1013. Hey, you felt it. You probably heard it. Wow, 939, and that one 1162. A little more respectable on that. Row 2, target 2. We're going to adjust the windage. It's about 45 degrees out, sunny, really no wind. 1250, and we're about an inch above center. I'm going to go 3 ticks down, try to get these centered up.
I found this on the web.
We ran 65 of the Cyclone through the chronograph, and the numbers are staggering. It's supposed to be rated at 1,280 feet per second. 1273 on that. Firing through a 16.5-inch bull barrel, it had a high of 1397, a low of 939, with an average of 1215. $1,300, about 4 inches high. That's an extreme spread of 458 with a standard deviation of 72. Taking this opportunity to lower the bipod. Haven't been shooting with it long and not 100% sure I'm good with it. Lowering that and trying a different little angle of approach. Not that that's a good group, it really sucks, but that's probably the best group that I've fired with this ammo. For comparison, we ran this through a Taurus TX22 competition SCR with a 5 1/4 inch bull barrel, and the numbers are relative. A high of 1134, a low of 835, with an average of a respectable 1027. $969. It had an extreme spread of 299 with a standard deviation of 66. These numbers and Remington's Cyclone accuracy is all over the place. Well, one thing you can say about this Remington Cyclone, its consistency is that it's inconsistent. We're going to break these down and you'll see why. I'm going to take this apart, see what the powder looks like, measure it out. See if if there's consistency with that. Got a couple more, maybe we'll dissect them. Kind of like science class. We'll look at the numbers. Got this broken apart, caught the powder out of it. It's like a flake type powder. We'll see it in a second. Looking at the casing. All right, let's call it 10.02. So overall majority of the cases would be between 10 and 10.15 grains, so only a 0.15 variation. The rim thickness variation was with a low of 0.0365 to a high of 0.0410, so a 0.045 rim thickness variation. None of the weights would correspond to the rim thicknesses. Now for the powder, we have here in the trusty Walmart receipt to capture it. .57. The powder was 0.23 grain variation between the high and the low. Interestingly, the lower weight rounds had more powder, averaging 1.74, and a group with a low of 1.51. It's a 0.23 grain powder variation. Powder averages 0.13 in the standard deviation. The glaring difference in the biggest variance in weight comes from the bullet. Overall length of the naked bullet, 0.463. 37.58, so definitely more than 36 grain. High of 38.01 grains to a low of 36.67. Now keep in mind this is advertised as a 36 grain lead hollow point. A 2 grain difference in the advertised to the high and a 1.34 grain bullet variation. We're somewhere about a 0.050. We had the expansion from the water, so we didn't pick up any weight with material. All right, the fired hollow point collapses to a 0.322. So a collapse of 0.141. We have a 0.319 as it's expanded, or 0.97. So roughly a 1/10 of an inch expansion. Its best attribute could certainly be the expansion of the hollow point round, making it perfect for knocking a squirrel at 20 yards. Beyond that, you don't know what part of the squirrel you're going to hit, if at all. The Remington Cyclone is consistently inconsistent. Come on, Remington. You can do better than this.